Hey YouTube, it's Louise. Just getting ready for a shoulder season backpacking trip. And this is what I'm going to be bringing. Just sort of everything laid out in the guest room here. So my pack is a Z-Pack Arc Blast. And inside of it I have my MEC down sleeping bag. And I also have my SOL Escape Bivy. So you can watch some of my other videos about why I bring that. And I'm also bringing a Costco down quilt, just for a little bit of extra heat if needed. I'm bringing Crocs for camp shoes. Same old, same old. There's some sunglasses on the outside of the pack. This white thing here, I have an MEC Spark tent, and then I just wrap it with a speed sack to keep it protected. I have my toiletry kit in this outer pocket, a sit mat in this pocket, and I'm going to be putting my stainless steel water bottle in there. And again, I've talked about why I bring that in other videos, so you can check that out. I'm going to have my ditty bag, and I'm bringing a pair of icers because it's probably going to be icy on the trails. And icers are also good for gripping slippery granite and whatnot. And then at the top of my pack is going to be my rain gear. I have thin nylon rain pants. They're not waterproof, but they're water repellent, and they're really nice that they've got zippers for venting. And I really like in the morning at camp when it's cold, I can put those on before we're moving and then just take them off at last minute. They make a big difference in keeping you warm. On top of that, I just placed the repair kit. I just shot a video of what's in there, so you can check that out. This is my rain poncho that's in there, and I have a garbage bag in there too that I could use as a rain skirt, or rain kilt if you want to call it that. So if it's, pouring rain, and we're not anticipating that this time, but I could put the rain kilt on top of these pants. And I usually have gaiters on, right, that keeps the bottom of your legs dry, so it's just keeping, your thighs dry, type of thing. And I find that the poncho isn't quite long enough if it's on top of my pack. So the rain poncho might just give it a little extra length. I've got a pack towel here, a camp towel, just for cleaning up things in the tent if it gets damp. And not that we're going to be swimming this time of year, but it's a swimming towel as well. Okay, I'm going to be bringing some toe warmers. I find in the morning, I can sleep with my boots in the sleeping bag, but that is not comfortable. So often I'll just put the boots inside of a grocery bag or something just to keep frost off of them. But they're ice cold in the morning. So while I'm still toasty warm in my sleeping bag, I'll just put these toe warmers inside the boots and just give them a little time to warm up the boots. And then when I put my boots on, they're nice and warm. It usually takes a little while, where you're doing camp chores in the morning, having breakfast, for your feet to get warm because you're not moving. So these keep my feet warm. And then, they eventually wear out, and then by then you're warm. And I bring a pair of hand warmers. I might even bring 2 pairs just in case I'm cold at camp. They're a good thing to have, right? This is underneath here a balaclava, and I wear that at night for sleeping. And it's just that because it doesn't slip off of my head. And then I'll often put my toque on top of that as well, if it's really cold. And then I'm bringing a headband, and the reason I have a headband at night is that I'll use that sort of as a sleeping mask to cover my eyes because I sleep better when it's pitch black. But more importantly, if it's really cold at night, and you know how your nose is really cold and that's uncomfortable, I just pull that down over my nose so that it's just going down to the very top of my nostrils, and I keep my nostrils exposed, and then I'll either pull up like a buff or something to the bottom of my nostrils, and that keeps the bottom part of my face warm. And then these are my sleeping long underwear. They're MEC merino wool, and I'm really lucky that I'm small, so I can wear children's sizes. I think this is a size 16, and they're a little loose on me, and they're fantastic. Really good quality. I find they really keep me warm, and they can't say enough about merino wool, right? You all know. I've got a dry sack here that I put my spare clothes in. So what I'm going to be bringing are, of course, the long underwear and all the sleepwear here, and 2 pairs of what I nicknamed sleeping socks. So on the very bottom are my icebreaker merinos, And then I'll just keep those on for the next day for hiking in. And on top of those are these really thick socks that I've reserved just for camping and for sleeping, and they're just toasty warm. And then when I get up in the morning, I'll just throw my Crocs on top of the whole shebang. And then when it's time to start hiking, then I'll just take these socks off and switch over into my hiking boots, which are pre-warmed from the toe warmers. I'm going to bring an extra set of underwear, but sometimes what I do is I bring lots of panty liners, and then I just sort of trade them as needed, and then just pack them out, or sometimes you can just burn them in the campfire. And then, of course, puffy. So this is a down jacket from Zehrs, actually. I picked it up for about 20 bucks, so it's a good value, and I just bring that for my backpacking trips. Down's wonderful, right? I have for my air mattress a Neo Air X-Therm, and one of my hiking friends did a really good review on that. His name is Jimmy Lin, and I think his channel is Hiking Nerd, something like that, so check it out. Comes with an inflating type of sack, and then I just splurged and bought this little battery operated pump that's really slow, but you know what, I just hook it up to the mattress while I'm doing camp chores. And if it's cold, you need to keep the batteries in your pocket so that they don't get so cold that they're not working well. But I'm bringing this stuff sack that has a hole in it that goes onto the nozzle. Sorry about that. So if something happens with that, I've got a backup way of excuse me, of blowing up the air mattress. Because in the winter time, you're not supposed to blow into this with your mouth, because the moisture in your breath will get inside the mattress, and then it can freeze, which means it's not warm, and there's always the potential of it being damaged. So that's what I'm bringing for this trip, and hopefully it all works out. I mean, most of the stuff I've used before. So the only thing I'm doing a little bit differently this trip is bringing the Costco down quilt, just to make my -10 bag a little bit warmer. Maybe get it as cold as -8, so I need to just sort of bump up the rating of my bag because I'm a cold sleeper. Alrighty, well, if you have any comments or suggestions, you know what to do.